Hi, I'm Fred with San Antonio Laser. Today in this video, we're going to cover a metal finishing process not too well known in the customization market that can produce some unique and interesting results. This is just one of many techniques that we cover in our Spark training when you come to our 5-day course in San Antonio. So let's get started. The first thing that you will need to know is your machine's optimal focus. This is crucial for this process to work. All laser sources and lens combinations may yield a different result, so please take the time to experiment with your specific laser to get the best results. For our example today, we're using our Edge 30-watt fiber laser. It has a premium Raker source designed for us and an OPEX 280mm lens. So since I already know what my focal length is, I will use my focus stick to set or verify that. As you can see here, this is a typical example of residue that can be left behind on a deep engraving. So the first thing I want to do is clean up the engraving a little bit and give us a nice smooth starting point. To do this, I will run 6 cleaning passes through the entire piece at optimal focus. Here are the settings. The speed should be set to 150 inches per second. The power at 40% over 30 watts. The frequency set to 30 kilohertz and the line spacing set to 0.002 inches. And an angle increment of 12.3 degrees is applied with auto rotate enabled. Lastly, make sure bidirectional fill is turned off, and we now have our settings entered in the cuts and layers windows, so let's go ahead and run our 6 cleaning passes. Make sure you are at optimal focus for your cleaning passes. All right. Now that we have a nice clean starting point to begin the polish process, we need to change the settings in our cuts and layers window. First, let's raise our focal distance by 3 millimeters. Our speed will go down to 60 inches per second and the power will go up to 100%. The line spacing will now be set at 0.0012 inches. If you have a different laser source or power rating, make sure you do your calculations to get to our settings. Lastly, the frequency will be set to 60 kilohertz, and we now have our settings for the next step. Now let's run a total of 4 passes with these settings at the new focus. Moving on to the next step. We will now raise the focus by an additional 3.5 millimeters, but keeping the same settings at the last step. We will run 3 passes at this focus, and you should start to see the metal becoming more reflective. Okay, so we're getting close. We will now have to raise the focus yet another 3.5 millimeters, but keeping the same settings as the last 2 steps. We will run 4 to 7 more passes, and at this point, the metal should have even more of a polished look. You will also start to see different colors appear in the engraving, and you can stop at any time if you're looking for a particular color. After 6 to 7 passes, it should have an aqua color, but again, you can stop at any point along the way. If you really wanted to experiment, you could try playing with focus while the laser is engraving. If you do so, low adjustment would be the key to preventing noticeable lines in your engraving, so you can try creating gradients that fit between gold, pink, or aqua for a very unique effect. Make sure that if you try the gradient, you set the scan angle to 0 and turn off auto rotate in your cuts and layers windows so you can create beautiful perpendicular gradient stripes. This technique has been around for quite some time, and it's an interesting method of polishing metal that is used for a lot of scientific equipment and processes, and is just one of the many things we cover in our training. If you got something positive from this video, please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button so the YouTube algorithm spreads the love and the knowledge. And if you want to learn more about us, please visit www.asalasers.com. Thank you for watching.